So, this section of your reading is about the Russo-Japanese War. And the Japanese had noticed probably 50 years or so earlier that, our policy of isolationism is just not working. They noticed what happened to the Chinese in the Opium Wars and said, okay, the powers in the world are shifting, and Europe and the United States are definitely more powerful than we are. And so they decided to try to copy what the United States and European countries had been doing by um, first industrializing, but then also turning their attention to imperialism. And in 1904, they decided the Russians were kind of getting a little too close for comfort and were a threat to their potential expansion in the Pacific region. And so in 1904, they launched a surprise attack on the Russian fleet that was threatening Korea. And in this war, the Japanese end up defeating Russia in what, by most accounts of Europeans, is a total shock. Nobody thought little weak Asian countries could possibly defeat Europeans. Remember, social Darwinism, they believed that European white culture was superior to anything that colored peoples had to offer. And so so this is a real surprise. Roosevelt himself, Teddy Roosevelt, ends up brokering the peace treaty. And his goal is to negotiate a balance of power in the region to keep both sides from becoming too powerful. But the end result is the Russians are very much weakened by this peace treaty, and the Japanese, therefore, really don't have competition in the Pacific. And so they go about embarking on this expansion tendencies, and they turn their eyes to Korea, which they're eventually going to take the Korean Peninsula, and then eventually invade China as well. Teddy Roosevelt ends up getting the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts, though, in negotiating the peace treaty between the two. All right, that's it for this section.